every minute of it, loving the fact that we were selling 250,000 albums a week. That was the first time where we could all actually look at each other and say, we are right this moment in time the biggest band in the world. So it's like when people said, I like your record, I'm buying it. That's my reward. It's feeding my soul. That's what it's doing. I was like, guys, it doesn't get any better than this. I've never been too bothered about my own celebrity. It is what it is. I go on stage in various places around the world with Def Leppard and people recognize me for being part of a group. And when I come off stage, ego on a hook, pack it away, hat on, out you go. Don't want to walk down the street looking like a rock star. Never been my thing. But knowing that I do have a certain amount of celebrity, when you can use it in a positive way to do something different, then I'm all for it. Right, these three albums are very rare. Bumpers, Nice Enough to Eat, and creatively titled LP. They were albums that came out on Island Records, compilations, and there's various different bands like Bloodwind Pig, Mock the Hoople, Spooky Tooth, Cat Stevens, King Crimson, etc. These are the albums where I discovered Mock the Hoople. Back in 2009, I got an email from Trudy Hunter, Ian's wife. Shh. They're getting back together for some shows in October. I'd never seen them live. And I'm like, I send an email out straight away to everybody, management, band. Don't even think about booking anything in October. I don't care how much money. I'm not doing it. I'm going to go see these gigs. But anyway, I get this call from Trudy, and she goes, you know, they're going to want you involved. So I'm thinking, well, what? She says, well, how about opening for them on the last night of the 5 shows in London? And they suggested the Choir Boys be my backing band. I came to the conclusion that what I wanted to do was play 45 minutes worth of music that all the Mott fans that were uber Mott fans would totally understand. Did I grow my hair just to scare the teacher? And goodness gracious me, a little Johnny and creature. We did the set, went out to the foyer during the interval. And while we were in the interval, we literally were nailed to the wall by kids crying, going, I never ever thought that I would hear Overnight Angels and Shouting and Pointing on the same stage, on the same night, ever again in my life. Please, are you going to go record these songs? That's when it hit me. It's like, well, I never even thought about that. Yeah, why not? So I followed Jimmy's Gibson just to show. This only started off as one gig. And it's a band now. Obviously, you've got people there who are huge Def Leppard fans, and they can't believe they're seeing their favourite singer in a club that holds 200 people. We played at clubs here and travelling around in a splitter bus, you know, seeing travel lodges. I mean, I'm sure there's many superstars just thinking, I'm not doing that. It's the musician that's still punching forward. It is literally about using my celebrity, if you like, to just say thanks to the songs and the people that wrote these songs and giving them to other people so that they hear something different.
The thing I like so much about Joe is that he remains a fan of music and a fan of what inspired him. His enthusiasm is in his music, and his roots are in his music. Def Leppard toured with us, and getting ready for our shows and hearing those songs and hearing the crowd's reaction, you know, it's just undeniable. We can hear you. Those songs will go down in history. Those are great songs.
I want Def Leppard to be just remembered for the songs. Simple as that. I don't care. It's not about the personalities. It's not about the ability. It's about the fact that we came from a working class background. We took the opportunity that we were given and we didn't waste it.
To me, he's still the same guy that was in that bedroom back in 1977. No matter how big or popular, how famous he ever got, it doesn't change him. It's never changed him. It never will change him, because his values have remained the same. And I think that, allied to the success that he's rightly had as a singer, makes him a cut above the rest.
When there's the ultimate book of rock made, it's going to have Jagger's tongue thing on the front cover, and it's going to have the Beatles on page 3, and then then you just work your way through the back. And if we made onto the back page, I'd be happy, but as long as we made it into the book. It was the people that I fell in love with in Ireland. We came here to work on Hysteria in February '84. I remember we went to see Simple Minds at the SFX, and Bono was backstage, and he says, I heard you guys were in town. And here's my number. If there's anything you need, just give me a ring. This didn't happen in London, you know. It was that element that I thought, this is really cool. And it's a great working environment for me. I love it. You know, I've got a house here with a studio in the basement, and I've been here the best part of 30 years.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching the Joe Elliott episode of Rock Icons. You know, the thing about this episode is that it almost didn't happen. Joe was suffering from acute bronchitis and was really, really ill. But thankfully, we got the call just before Christmas that Joe was ready to do it. We flew to Dublin, and the guy was incredible. He brought his entire record collection to the interview. He played some of his early songs, and he even walked around the streets of Dublin until late in the night for us. And what I learned is that, you know, guys like Joe who've been doing this for years are real pros, and they know how to deliver when they need to. So thanks, Joe, and we'll see everyone next week.